Welcome everyone to another episode of the Will and Rock podcast. We'll talk to him.
Do you want to get started with some UFC news, or so let's get straight to the card?
Let's start with news and then we'll get into the predictions.
All right, cool. So the first headline today was Matt Brown is coming out of retirement. His first fight is a fight night that we know for a fact. But he's going in there and fighting Carlos Condit. In other words, whoever loses retires, or win or lose, both of them please retired.
Yeah, you know what? It's interesting you say that. I didn't see it that way. I'm curious if the UFC set this like a retirement fight for both of them, or does Matt Brown really want to take another fight, or was that more of a UFC favor? That's also another good
topic we got to come up with, because he seemed like he was convinced he was done fighting after his last fight.
Who's that?
Matt Brown.
Yeah.
And the last performance that Carlos Condit did, he just looked so out of it, man.
He got beat up by Magny.
By Magny, yeah.
But so that was the first. The second one has nothing to do with the UFC. Is
actually, hold on a second. I'm actually curious to the true people who watch MMA.
What do you guys feel about Matt Brown? Coming out of retirement. Like, that's such a big deal, you know what I'm saying? Because I thought Matt Brown was done.
Yeah, but it's not like he waited so long. He just fought Diego Sanchez and killed him with an elbow. It wasn't not too long ago.
Go out with the bang, man.
I don't disagree that he should have stayed retired, if that's what you're asking, right? I would think he would. I mean, that elbow was like picture perfect for a retirement fight. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, he's deciding to come back in. I think it's interesting. I agree. All right, cool. Anyways, back to what I was saying. This has nothing to do with the UFC. This is for the Bellator. Bellator's having a heavyweight Grand Prix, and they have a couple of fighters that are going to be fighting throughout the year. But to start off the year, they're going to headline both Rampage versus Chael Sonnen. Looking forward to this fight. Like, as much as the next UFC fight that we're going to call in a little bit, I'm almost looking as forward to watching this fight. Not just because of Quentin and both Chael. What were we going to say?
Yeah. So this is the way I see this fight.
You remember when Rashad fought for Rampage? That almost Rashad knew that he could not stand with him, but he was going to try to take him down one way or another. You know, I know for a fact that Rampage would have loved to fight a guy who was going to throw punches, and Chael Sonnen is not that guy.
I agree.
So, am I really, really excited for this fight? I'm not that crazy about it. I'm a huge Rampage fan.
Because you think that's going to end up on the floor?
Yeah, it's going to... I don't see Rampage knocking him out. Okay. I think Sonnen is a smarter fighter than that. Okay. Rampage is also on his downside of his career. He's not as fast. Don't get me wrong.
That goes for both of them.
I love Rampage. But, well, yeah, it totally goes for both of them. But Chael Sonnen is a better wrestler. And wrestling, all he needs to do is take him down and just grind him out.
I think it's important for you to also understand that Rampage normally walks around heavyweight. This is Chael Sonnen's first fight in heavyweight division. Because he fought Tito Ortiz recently and lost in light heavyweight. So we have to also remember that. Is the bigger Rampage... He already has a really good takedown defense. He really does. Just the people that he has lost to are like world-class wrestlers. Good for the most part, and Chael Sonnen is no less of that as well, because he's a tremendous wrestler. But could he take Rampage down, one, or could Rampage throw that crazy right hand that he normally does and win the fight?
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much the way it's really going to look for that fight.
But I don't want to get stuck too much on that. Also, Rory McDonald is fighting against
Lima.
Douglas Lima.
Yeah.
People have been sleeping on Douglas Lima for too long. He's been knocking people out. It's not like he's going up by winning by decision. Very underrated fighter. Doesn't get the publicity that he should. But with that being said, he's fighting for the belt versus Rory McDonald. That could be Rory McDonald's first belt, since he said he's going to take over the whole of Bellator. So I think it's really funny. But yes, it's interesting to see Douglas Lima getting a fight like Rory McDonald.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bang. It's one of my favorite fights to watch this Saturday. That's not included.
See, I'm looking for that fight more than I'm looking for the Rampage fight. I'm looking for the Rampage fight just because I'm a fan of his, and he's one of my favorite fighters of all time. But the reality of it is that I'm not really crazy about the fight, who he's going against. But the Rory McDonald versus freaking Lima fight, oh my God, that's going to be a great fight.
How is Lima going to knock this guy out when he takes beatings? You saw what he did with Robbie Lawler. So that's going to be an interesting. What else can Lima do to take him out?
Yeah, I agree. He has to put the pressure on him and continue pushing and breaking him down. Don't see Rory if he does get knocked out, like you're saying, anytime in the first round. If so, or maybe mid-second round is when you probably could see him a little gassed out a little bit. So, but anyways, he's fighting, and then also before I forget, it's Aaron Pico. He's fighting yet again. People say that he's the next John Jones. People say that keep an eye out for that kid. He lost his first time in Bellator, went right back in there, won as well, and now he's fighting again versus a fighter that's been fought like 30 times already. So they're putting him there with a vet, which is important for Pico. And let's see how he responds then.
That's interesting. I didn't know Aaron was fighting that card.
Yeah, he was fighting. But anyways, that's the end of the news for now. But UFC 220 is coming up. As you guys know, Stipe Miocic is fighting Francis Ngannou, one of the greatest heavyweight fights that I've been wanting to see so bad.
And Daniel Cormier is fighting Volkan Ozdemir.
Right. But to start off the fights, we're going to do predictions, right?
Yep.
That's what we're here for. So let's start with the top and work our way to the bottom. The first fight on that main card is going to be Thomas Almeida versus Rob Font. Now, this is a perfect fight to start off that card. These guys are going to brawl. It's going to be a tremendous fight. I mean, I can't wait to see the fight.
Man, no. I'm thinking about who to choose from these two, and it's such a hard thing. But I'm going to go with you. I pick first this card, and you pick the next one? Is that cool?
Who won the last? Oh, you won the last. You won Jeremy
Stevens,
Stevens,
right?
So
I'll start off. That's actually a good thing. So I got Almeida.
All right. You got Almeida. I got Font. I'm going to go against you with this one. This could be anybody's fight. I believe Font has the upper hand in this fight.
Okay, all right, we'll see. That's actually good that you're actually going for somebody you actually want to go with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I'm actually going for Thomas Almeida.
Oh, that's all. Okay. So you got Thomas Almeida. I have Rob Font. The next fight is Gillan. I can't really know. Gillan Villante versus Francimir Barroso. I'll be honest. Don't know too much about the fighters.
Both of them.
It's a great card to be fighting in the third main event. So I'm guessing this is
they've worked their way up there, right?
Right. This is the spotlight you want. This is the spotlight you need. I don't know these fighters very well, but I'm gonna go ahead and pick Barroso, just cause.
No, I'm with you. So I got the other guy. What's his name?
Villante.
Exactly. That's who I got. I'm not familiar with either fighter, so I'm not even gonna bother to talk about it.
All right, cool. And then we have Kelvin Catter versus Shane Burgos.
I got Burgos for this fight.
Ooh.
I got Burgos for this fight. I think he's just gonna outgrind him. I don't know much. I mean, I have a small glimpse of Burgos and what type of fighter he is. The other guy I'm not really familiar with.
Yeah.
Catter, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
But I seen Burgos fight and he's pretty impressive. And the reason why he's in this card and fighting in the middle of the card is because this kid's gonna make some noise.
I heard you. Exactly what you said. I was planning on saying. But just to switch things up, I'm going to go ahead and pick Hater. Somebody's definitely taking 2 shots for sure already. Then we have finally Daniel Cormier versus Volkan Ozdemir. I've been saying this for the longest. Nobody can beat Daniel Cormier except John Jones. I'm going to continue saying that no matter who you put inside that octagon, Daniel will always come out victorious. I don't care how good Volkan Ozdemir is. There is not an overall fighter like Daniel Cormier.
So I'm not stupid enough to go against you on this one. I don't give a shit how you feel about that. Daniel Cormier is the best fighter in that division. There's fighters who might come close to beating him. Volkan is not that guy, I don't think. At least not now.
Yeah.
Daniel Cormier is a whole new level of wrestling. He's a whole new level of knowing when to punch and when to take you down. And if John Jones had a little bit of trouble to figure him out in the first couple of rounds, no one's going to figure this guy out. And I couldn't agree with you more. The only person, at least that he's proven, that could take him out would be John Jones.
Yeah. Because if there was no John Jones in that weight class, Daniel Cormier would have eaten all these guys up. He would have been done.
Hands down.
So you have Daniel. I also have Daniel. It's kind of hard to pick out, not pick Daniel Cormier. Anyways, last but not least, the bomb of all bombs is Stipe Miocic versus Francis Ngannou.
All right, so I'm gonna do you a favor because I have to pick for this fight. Right? This is my because you picked the last one, right?
Not it matters.
So I mean, I think anybody you pick, you're in a win-win situation. I feel right. I know who you want to pick, but I'm gonna pick Stipe. I think Stipe. It's a bit more accurate. I feel like he's not. I feel like Francis hasn't fight somebody this fast at that weight class, and Stipe's accuracy for hard punches is great, but he also has I think he's going to come out with a better game plan than Francis. I think as great as Francis is, he's a one-dimensional fighter. At least that's what he's proven. So to fight someone like Stipe, you have to. He's a champion, and he's beat people who, people say that beating Fabricio Verdun was a fluke. But guess what? He came right back, and he can beat the shit out of Alistair Overeem. I mean, he is really one of those. He's one of those special guys at that weight class, and he's just a beast.
No.
I got Stipe for this fight.
I agree with a lot what you're saying. Stipe Miocic is a little more technical fighter. He's most likely going to throw more jabs, and he throws that right hand. There's a lot of pros for Stipe Miocic overall, but at the end of the day, they're gonna stand up. And Stipe Miocic is known to take a couple of shots. You cannot take a shot from Francis Ngannou, as the whole world knows. I believe that Francis Ngannou will knock out Stipe Miocic in the first or second round. I don't see this going into the third, fourth, or fifth round. One of the people that loves to stand up is Stipe Miocic. His boxing is tremendous. Again, Francis Ngannou only needs one punch, and Stipe Miocic knows how to take them. Could he take Francis Ngannou? I highly doubt it. I have Francis Ngannou winning.
I have reasons why I picked Stipe. I know you were going for Ngannou.
Yeah.
That is a card to watch, guys. That is a card to watch. There isn't a fight this year that people have looked more to than Francis Ngannou versus Stipe Miocic.
Yep. And you also get there's two belts on the line. We have to remember Daniel Cormier fighting Volkan and Stipe Miocic fighting Francis Ngannou. Two belts on the line.
And don't fall asleep on those other cards either.
Yeah.
Do not fall asleep on those cards, man.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a show.
I happen to agree with you, Rock. But anyways, that's a wrap. We gave our predictions. Next week, similar, show. We're gonna take some shots. Whoever wins, wins. Whoever loses, loses. But anyways, peace. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, The Will and Rock Podcast. On YouTube, on The Will and Rock Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and leave comments, like, dislike. We take whatever it is.
Alright, guys.
Peace.